the most commanding singers of the 20th century was Judy Garland. She was also an actress, but it is her singing and her contributions to American popular music that are the focus of a 2-volume book by Lawrence Shulman, a writer, producer, and critic who lives on Mount Desert Island.
The book is called Garland, That's Beyond Entertainment. It was a labor of love for Lawrence Shulman, who became fascinated by Judy Garland at an early age.
I was interested in Garland when I was 12 years old, and I can remember getting up at 2 in the morning to watch her movies from the 30s and 40s on The Late Show, The Late Late Show. So this began a very long time ago, and you would obviously on those programs see The Wizard of Oz, Stars Born, you know, all of the big films,
right,
but also some of the minor films.
You write in the book that when you're talking with people about Judy Garland and they say to you, oh, she was one of the great entertainers, one of the great performers of her time, and you disagree.
Completely.
What do you mean by that?
Well, she's called the world's greatest entertainer, Miss Show Business. Even John Lennon called her Judy Garbage. That's a fact. For me, she's never been entertainment. I've never idolized her like some of the fans.
Right.
I've always respected her talent.
The talent was on display when Judy Garland was just a child. She was only 16 when she was cast as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Had she done nothing else in her career, she'd still be remembered for her sublime performance of what many people have called the greatest song of the 20th century.
Her talent was so great and so profound that it was more than entertainment.
There was a depth to her singing and a pain that came through in a lot of it. You write, she was unique in her ability to put over a song, make it hers, and make it for the ages. What was it about her singing that was able to achieve that?
Well, there were a few things. You know, if you think of Over the Rainbow in The Wizard of Oz, there's a maturity to her singing that goes far, far beyond her age. When she sang, she was her voice was like an arrow that went through you. It was personal. It got to you emotionally. And there were other great singers that I admire, Peggy Lee, Bobby Darin, there are lots of Frank Sinatra, there are lots of other great singers. But her voice penetrates me. And that didn't happen before, and it hasn't happened since.
Part of Garland's enduring appeal comes from her contradictions, a personal life that was messy and painful, and a performing talent that was one of a kind.
Waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend.
An extraordinary collection in the book of pieces that you've done over, as we said, about 30 years. There's a lot here. Whom is this book for?
Well, I hope everybody. I hope everybody. I think this book is for people who perhaps are not fans, but respect her talent, and as I do. And all of the chapters in this book are about music. They're all basically about recordings, music, performances. And taking her from that angle, a pure performance angle, a pure talent angle, is something that's never been done.
Lawrence Shulman says if you want to see the absolute best of Judy Garland, hear the absolute best of Judy Garland, you should go to her legendary 1961 Carnegie Hall concert. It's an album that you can buy, Spotify, streaming platforms, and so forth. That's the one that is considered the absolute zenith of an extraordinary career, the 1961 Carnegie Hall show.
It's amazing what a song as simple, though, as Somewhere Over the Rainbow can transport you. I am back in my grandparents' living room singing that song with them right now. It's amazing.
I think that's as timeless a song as there is from the last 100 years in America.
Absolutely.
Truly.
That's
Again, the name of Lawrence Shulman's 2-volume book is Garland, That's Beyond Entertainment. You'll find more information on our website and app.